If you have a 10-year green card and you want to renew it, what are the risks of applying for a new green card by filing the I-90? Generally speaking, the risks are very low, but this is what I've seen recently. I've seen the I-90 for the first time in my career as an immigration attorney result in requests for evidence asking for proof that you've maintained your residency in the United States. People want to know whether it's risky to renew a green card right now in February 2026, so I thought I would make a video addressing this topic. First of all, renewing a green card is done through Form I-90. If you have a 2-year green card, that's a conditional green card. You are not supposed to renew the green card. You are supposed to apply to remove the conditions by filing Form I-751. If you file I-90, you're making a huge mistake. You're gonna end up getting the I-90 denied, lose your filing fees, and you're gonna end up filing the I-751 late, which could increase the chances that you're gonna have problems with that moving forward. So with that out of the way, if you have a 10-year green card and you wanna renew it, what are the risks of applying for a new green card by filing the I-90? Generally speaking, the risks are very low, but this is what I've seen recently. I've seen the I-90 for the first time in my career as an immigration attorney result in requests for evidence asking for proof that you've maintained your residency in the United States. This usually only happens if the government has some record that you've spent a substantial amount of time abroad, or there's a pattern of you spending really long periods of time abroad. Let me give you an example. So if you leave the US for 5 months with a green card, come back for 1 month, leave again for 5 months, come back for 1 month, and you just keep doing this for a year, 2 years. So I've seen people do this for like 10 years before. They tend to be elderly and they're really just using their green card as like a glorified tourist visa to be able to travel to the US for a couple months each year while they're really living in their home country. Huge no-no. There's a decent chance that when that person files an I-90, they're gonna get a request for evidence asking for proof that they've maintained their residence in the United States during all of these periods of travel, and asking them to basically prove that they haven't abandoned their intent to permanently reside in the US. In these instances, we've had to respond with proof of ongoing residence in the United States. Like, do you have an address where you can receive mail? Are you paying rent? Are you paying for utilities? Do you have car insurance that's active or any active accounts, bank accounts? Are you filing US taxes? These are all considerations that will be made when you try to re-enter the US by customs officers, and when you file an I-90 to renew your green card, they can ask you to explain these long absences outside of the United States. I've had a situation where someone spent a substantial amount of time outside of the US. She was outside of the US for like 7 years. She would travel back and forth at least once a year to not technically abandon her residency. But so she filed the I-90 and got one of these requests for evidence. We responded to the best of our ability, and to my surprise, it actually got approved. And what I'm wondering is, what would have happened if it got denied? I find it hard to believe that the government would have followed that up with a notice to appear in immigration court, but I can't think of any other logical outcome in that scenario. Personally, I've never seen that happen yet. I'm sure it will sometime over the next 3 years before this administration ends, hopefully. For now, these have been my experiences. I have never seen someone get detained for filing an I-90. So that is a question I receive regularly, like, should I file the I-90? Generally, the I-90 is one of the most benign and harmless applications you could file. And historically, even people with deportable criminal history have gotten their I-90 green card renewals approved, which kind of surprised me when I was new to this. But now, I wouldn't be so sure that that's true. In fact, if you have a deportable crime, I would assume that right now, when you file an I-90, the government might catch on to it and take some sort of action. If that crime makes you actually removable, it might result in a notice to appear. But this is pure speculation. I haven't actually seen this play out yet, but it would be a logical next step for the Trump administration and it would be totally in line with the policies that we've seen come out of this administration recently. To conclude, the I-90 is generally safe. The chances of getting detained by filing it are super low. If you have a question about whether you can safely file an I-90, you can consult with me. Just a heads up, I'm probably gonna tell you you could safely file the I-90, but it depends. If you have an extreme situation or you're just freaking out, feel free to schedule a consultation. The link to schedule a consultation is in the video description below, or you can go to my website, darianlaw.com. I can also assist with family-based green cards, naturalization, removal of conditions, or immigration court proceedings if you've received a hearing notice to appear in immigration court. The first step for all of these things is to schedule a consultation with me. If you're new to my channel and you want to stay up to date on immigration policy changes under this crazy administration, be sure to subscribe. As soon as I learn something new, I try to make a video informing the community. So if you want to stay up to date, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.